Hi friends, I'm Natasha from Travelandtash, and I'm sharing my goals for the months of April, May, June, so the second quarter of this year. And just to tell you why I bother making goals is if I don't make goals, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I have yearly goals, I have goals that I would like to get done in 3 years, and goals I want to get done in 5 years. And so essentially my quarterly goals are broken up throughout the year so that I can actually manage these goals into smaller chunks and have a shot at actually completing them. So here's a rundown of what I am promising to do to myself. So I've got them broken up into 4 categories. I've got skills, finance, health, and relationships. And right now, my goals for skills are attend a Toastmasters meeting because I want to get better at public speaking, and not essentially because I want to present at lectures per se, but actually because I want to improve as a speaker on my YouTube channel. I want to get better at presenting my ideas and perhaps doing so in a more vibrant, invigorating way, because I think sometimes I sound too laid back when I'm doing this channel. Anyway, learning how to improve my titles and headings, that's something that I'm working on to improve with my YouTube in particular. Learn more about how to use hashtags through different forms of social media. Essentially fix some aspects on my website, which include my welcome homepage, so that people can access the categories on my website more easily. I want to ask Lily Ma to be my mentor, so that I can actually have meetings with her once a month, so that she can check in on my progress and make sure I'm on the right track. We'd end up Skyping. She's located in Toronto and I'm here in South Korea in Seoul. So that would be via video chat and probably I think Google Hangouts. Either activate Audible or buy a new book, a book that's related to how to improve my future, not a novel. Anyway, next, finance. Publish my Keto cookbook. I intend to have it completely written by April 15th. And then there are other steps that are going to go into preparing it before it can actually be published. And then also researching for writing and publishing my 3rd book on communication by May 31st. Earn $10 from my relationships book in the month of April. Publish 2 videos per week. Publish 1 article per week on my travelandtash.com website. Visit the Hana or Keb Bank here in Itaewon in Seoul, so that I can actually learn about index funds and how they work, and whether that's something that I actually really want to start investing in on a monthly basis, because that's a new realm for me, and I know very little about it. And also run a promotion on my relationships book on Amazon. For health, my health goals are to add variety to my meals, and I'm writing this keto book has been wonderful because it's starting to because to be perfectly honest, I'm not the world's greatest cook, and actually cooking happens to be my partner's his forte, and my cooking tends to be a little bit bland and lackluster, and so I need that injection of learning how, when I'm cooking at home alone, that I know how to jazz up my meals, how to add more delicious ingredients, even if I'm not actually doing a keto diet myself, that I'm actually garnering useful information to help me improve to have a more well-rounded diet that does include lots of fats and is not necessarily extremely high in carbohydrates or sugar. Visit a Jim Jill Bang spa to, enjoy the hot room and the steam room and all of that. I really would like to get that done in this quarter. Here I've actually got journaling 3 times a week. And the reason being is that I feel that journaling helps my emotional health. It helps me work out. It helps me work through challenges and problems that I come across on a daily basis. And I think that visiting my journal and writing down, my thoughts and assessing situations, it's invaluable, and it's sometimes it's almost as useful as actually talking to somebody else who has a different opinion about it, because by journaling I can actually look at things more objectively, even without the help of somebody else, even without a second party's opinion. I can look at something better. Anyway, journaling. Next, visit Dr. Yun, who's my Korean medical doctor, for acupuncture with digestion. I think that digestion is an issue that runs hereditarily through my family. I think I just invented a new English word, hereditary. It's a hereditary problem in my family. And so I would like to get some acupuncture done for digestion in particular. With regard to relationships, I already have a great relationship with particularly my sister and my mum, who I speak to on a regular basis. My mum calls me every 2 weeks, and I don't have a regular date set up with my sister, but we message each other frequently, and we Skype whenever we have time. It'd be nice to actually get in touch with my father and my brother more. The males in my family I don't communicate so much with them, and I would like to spend more time speaking to my brother and my dad. Now this is on a romantic. These are goals for my romantic relationship, and that is to open up more about talking about future goals and being brave enough to discuss that with my partner, rather than avoiding topics that are actually really quite important. What is it that you want from life? I think that's something that we all need to do. And I recently watched a really interesting TED talk actually by a lady called Alexandra Red something or other. I can't remember her name. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe I don't have it written down here. Anyway, perhaps I can link it in below. So I recently watched a documentary by her about the importance of actually being brave enough to actually just, approach those difficult topics with your partner. And so that's something that I would like to do, finally. I guess rather than finally, more explicitly. And obviously that takes understanding my future goals myself, right? So, and another thing that she pointed out, since we're on the topic, was that if you're to be flexible on the smaller stuff, but some of the really important stuff, you and your partner do need to have those things in common in terms of the trajectory of your life and what exactly you want. To listen more actively and to understand, and I think that that's something that I sometimes struggle with, and really, really want to get better at that. Even when I'm challenged because I have an emotional response that sometimes happens quicker than I expect it to, or can sometimes overwhelm me. I've allowed it to overwhelm me, and to actually be able to take charge of my emotions and not let them take charge of me and affect what I say and how I react. That's a very big challenge for me. That's a very big challenge, and actually it's been a challenge for a long time, and it's something that I really need to focus on, and I'm honing in on that for these 3 months, trying to improve my reactions. And lastly, in my personal relationship, to share my insecurities and to be vulnerable with my partner and explain the stories behind my insecurities, so that he can understand why I find particular situations challenging. Anyway, those are my goals. Those are my goals for April through June. I also intend to travel to see my family in Europe. I'm going to see my mother, and I'm also going to see my family near Cambridge. And so that's an important goal. I haven't seen my family for 3 years, so I'm finally getting myself out there and coming back to Europe for a little bit of time, and I'm extremely, extremely excited. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening to my goals. I hope this inspires you to make some goals of your own, and in those different categories, the skills that you want to learn, how you want to improve your finances, and also your health, which I've realised that I've been taking for granted lately. Improving your health and giving yourself what you need emotionally and physically, and also your relationships, your relationship with your family, your friends, and obviously your partner as well. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll link in some of the links that I've mentioned in below, so that you can find what I've referred to, and I'll link in my social media contacts too. Thank you so much. Bye.